This is a very cool product. This is, I believe, the second fanless power supply that I have unboxed. But what's really special about this one is the fact that it achieves its fanless design not by the use of extremely heavy heat sinks, but rather through incredible efficiency. So this is a 400-watt unit from Seasonic, and it is 80 plus gold certified. We're starting to see more and more 80 plus gold certified power supplies, but this is the first one that uses that incredible efficiency. Now remember, efficiency means how much power it can produce versus how much excess random heat that it outputs. So it uses that efficiency to output so little heat that it can just run without a fan at all. So you can see here we have a summary of the connectors. Oh, this is also really cool. Single 12 volt 33 amp rail. So this is a single rail design, 80 plus gold, fanless power supply. Let's have a look at the back here. So Seasonic has a slightly different design for the output. Okay, you know what, I'll just let you look at the diagram because I haven't really studied it ahead of time, but basically what they're able to do is by keeping the amperages lower within the power supply, overall, they're able to lose less efficiency that way. So they have high current, gold-plated terminals. I guess we can start the unboxing now. High reliability, 105 degree grade A capacitors. Conductive, okay, so solid capacitors. And a 5-year warranty on this unit. It is fanless, 0 decibels. So this would be great for a media PC, for you know what? This would be great for almost any PC because the reality of it is, if you're running a single graphics card, like single PCIe 6-pin or 8-pin connector, and you're running like almost any CPU on the market, like if you just need a computer with like good CPU, lots of RAM, you throw an SSD in there, a hard drive in there, and you don't need like a high-end video card or anything like that, this is like perfect because you can just have perfect silence for your power supply, and 400 watts really is enough for almost any PC unless you start throwing like overclocking and high-end graphics cards into the mix. So, okay, and only should operate in a well-designed system chassis that provides good ventilation for modern computer components. So you don't want to throw this in a sealed box is basically what they're saying. You need to use a proper case that has probably at least one fan in it to provide some incidental airflow to your power supply. So here's a summary of some of the extra features. Wow, special features gets all of 2 pages in this manual out of 8 in English. So go ahead and pause the video and read through that if you so desire. Here we are, a little bit more about it. Their whole X series, so it goes all the way from 400 watt for fanless units, all the way up to 1200 watts. Just incredible. Okay, let me see, warranty and disclaimer, some safety notes, very nice. Is this a modular power supply too? Oh, look at that, it's modular. Okay, cool. So why don't we have a quick look here at what we get in terms of accessories. Some Seasonic cable ties, very nice. We get some zip ties, and then we get a nice little Seasonic sticker, powered by Seasonic. All right, let's have a look at the power supply first for a change. I normally look at the cables first, but we're going to do it the other way around. Ooh, nice sticker. It's a very nice sticker. Feels like quality. Okay, so I actually don't have my tripod propped against me today, so maybe I'll just pause the video for a sec. Alright, as soon as we take the power supply out of the satiny sleeve that it comes packed in, we see a sticker on top that says, "Install with the ventilation top cover facing up, and please remove this label before use." So let's go around to the side where we also have some more ventilation. Here at the front we have the modular interface. We're going to go ahead and remove that label. On the other side we have some more ventilation holes. So I guess presumably the way this works is simply via convection. So as components in here heat up, the heat gets exhausted out here just because of the simple fact that heat does rise. And then Seasonic has strategically placed the intake holes, which are presumably at the back and here along the sides, and the front, so that the air comes in, cools the most critical components first, and then once it's heated, rises out the top of the power supply. So it's very cool looking. You know, it's not nearly as heavy as the other fanless power supply that I had a look at, which is kind of refreshing in some ways because it means that your system doesn't already weigh as much as a wheelbarrow full of bricks before you even start putting other components in it. So there's the full specs there. I think we already showed this on the side. And you can see even at the bottom of the unit there are a few ventilation holes, so these are likely strategically placed so they can get a little bit of airflow to some critical component that needs to get a little bit of cooling done. So let's have a look at the modular cables that are included with the X-Series 400-watt fanless power supply. Okay. I might have to pause for a second again here. Actually, here, I'll just get someone else to hold the camera. Rumble, can you hold the camera for me? Thanks, bud. Alright, so inside here we will find, one modular to 4+4 pin power connector, so that's either a 4-pin or an 8-pin, depending on what your motherboard requires. Then we have a PCI Express 6+2 pin, as well as a 24-pin power for your motherboard. In the next bag, in the handy-dandy cable holding bag, we have, we've also got a power cord for the back of the unit. And then, in here we will find SATA and Molex cables. Okay, so we got one single Molex two Molex connectors. And then we have, you know what, let's just crack this open here so I can clearly see what I'm doing. Alright, what do we have? So this one has two SATA. This is a Molex to 2 floppy adapter. So you can use that if you still require one of those connectors. We have a triple SATA connector. And then we have 3 Molex and a 2 Molex. So that's all the modular cables. Now, I'm just going to check really quickly if you can actually plug in all modular cables at the same time. And it looks like you cannot. So you're going to have to decide which 3 of these 4 connectors you are going to want to plug in. So you can either have 5 SATA and 3 Molex, or 5 Molex and 3 SATA. So thank you for checking out my unboxing of the Seasonic X-Series 400-watt 80+ gold power supply. And I love those gold heat sinks in there, just a nice little accent.